So today I'm going to talk about your portfolio project here, Life Plan Part 3 for Week 10. You're going to do two things that are essentially the same. You're going to do one with a home and one with the transportation. The goal here is that you're going to find a home in your area that is for sale, and then you're going to see how much it will cost to actually pay per month, as well as how much it'll cost over its lifetime. So to do this, you need to first find a home in your area. You can use your online resources, newspaper, or just know that there's something for sale down the street that you're interested in. And then you need to know the price, how many years your loan's going to be, and your interest rate. And with that, we're going to use Excel and the PMT command to figure out our cost of owning that home per month, and then I'll show you the overall cost of the home when you're done. Then we're going to do the same exact thing with a car. So first, we need to make sure we find a home. So I looked online and I found this home. This is about 50 miles from where I live, and it's $309,900. Looks pretty, nice and spacious in the front, kind of things that I want. We have a 3-car garage, and so it's going to be priced at $309,900. So I'm going to go to Excel, and I'm going to have years, price, percent, rate, and payments ready to input. So I'm going to have $309,900. Then I'm going to go and find a mortgage rate that I can find. Now, I know Beehive Federal Credit Union is the credit union that works exclusively with BYU, Idaho. And you can become a member if you're in the area of Rexburg as well. I used to be a member, but I'm not anymore. However, I'd like to just show you the bank that you'd see in town if you ever actually attend BYU, Idaho. Here they have a little activity you can do to find out what you're qualified for. But what I have here is a 30-year fixed rate, 4.233%. So right here is what I'm going to use. So you would have to remember those numbers. So I'm going to have a 30-year loan, and this is going to be 0.04233%. Remember, your rate is your percent divided by 12. Again, 12 for the number of months. And then the number of payments is going to be your years times 12, again, for the number of months. And then that's the information we're going to need to know how much our home is going to cost per month. And then I'm going to find out how much it's going to cost in total after we pay it off. So I'm going to hit this little FX button here, and it'll come up with this window. These are things that I've used before. If you cannot find it, you can delete this out here, and you can search for it, PMT, go. And then it'll come up, you click on that, and hit OK. This is the options. The rate is the rate that we found. That was the percentage divided by 12. The number of payments was 360. That was 30 times 12 because of a 30-year loan. And this one is our price of our home. So I'm going to click on the price of our home. And we want to know when we own the home so that we'll have $0 left in our account. When I hit OK, it'll tell me how much money I have to make per month to afford that home. Now, how much money does that take to own the home then? Because each month we're making payments toward interest and principal. So what's neat is to actually take this amount, so we're going to equals, click on it, and times it by 360, or the number of payments we made, to find out actually the total cost of our home. So although it's listed for $309,000, we end up paying $547,000 over the 30 years, which is a significant amount more. So I hope that you understand that when you get a mortgage, you're actually paying a significant more money for your home than you actually thought. However, it's impractical, at least in America, to actually save this much money and buy a home all at once. You kind of have to buy a mortgage. So my recommendation is to increase your payments by 10%. And that will actually bring this number down significantly. However, you don't have to do that. That's just a recommendation. Now we're going to do the same thing for a car, or a mode of transportation, whichever you need. So I need to find a car that I would like to purchase. So I went online to find it. You can actually find one in your local community, in the newspaper, or online anywhere you would like. Here I have a 2011 Toyota Highlander. This is a $20,000 car, just about. Notice there are other cars that are much more expensive here in America. However, I'm going to select the inexpensive one here, the cheapest one, And this is actually a car my wife and I have thought about buying when our children become a little bit older and we're going to need more space. Right now they're all pretty little, so we can kind of shove everyone into a small car. Here we're going to take this and we're going to put these in. So we have $20,000 is going to be our price of the car, or $19,998. Next we need to find out what loan we're going to take. So I'm going to go back to the web page. We're going to go to the Beehive Federal Credit Union, and I've already looked this up. We're going to have to find out how old our car is. So our car is a 2011, so it's going to fall between these three categories. Depending on the loan we want will depend on our percentage rate. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to use a 72-month loan at 3%. So we have a 72-month loan, so we got to make sure, let's see here, we got equals 72 divided by 12. That'll tell us our years. So that's a 6-year loan. Our percentage rate is 3%. Our rate is going to be equal to 3% divided by 12. The number of payments will be 12 times 6, or 72. That's why they have that there. That's actually the number of payments you're going to make on your car. Then we're going to do the same process. We're going to hit the FX function right here. Then we're going to select PMT. If you do not see it in the list, please search for it and hit go. Once you hit that, you hit OK. A list will come up. It says rate. We're going to click on a rate, which is 0.0025. If you click on your percent, you're going to have an astronomical amount to pay. You should know that you did it incorrectly. Please make sure you click on the value that is divided by 12. Then we're going to do the number of payments. That is the years times 12, or 72. And the price of the car that we're buying is $20,000 roughly, or $19,998. I'm going to hit 0 for our future value because we want to pay it off. I'm going to hit OK, and this is the monthly payment we're going to make. Then we're going to find out how much that's actually going to cost us. So we're going to take our monthly payment and times it by 72. That $20,000 car is actually going to cost us about $22,000. So we actually pay a little bit more for our vehicle. So if we actually could save $19,000, which is reasonable, we could do that if we saved and bought it all at once, we'd end up saving $2,000 in the long run, which is very useful. Now this is what I'm looking for when I grade. I'm going to look and make sure that you have all of this done and mapped out right. I need to see all this information. Next I'm going to look and see if you have a PMT formula. If you just have the numbers written in the box, I will not give you credit. You need to have the PMT formula used. This right here is kind of just for fun. I like it. So I'm going to go back to our portfolio project and look through the rubric. Make sure we did it right. We're using an electronic spreadsheet, so I'd get 4 points. I did number 29 completely, and I used a table, so that's 2 points. The calculations are accurate, so I'd get 3 points. I made sure the PMT formula was used, or function, I get 3 more points. And the same thing goes. Since I used all of these correctly, that I made a table listing out all my information, I used the PMT formula, I solved the problem, and I made sure to use a spreadsheet, I receive full credit. And that's how I'm going to grade yours. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to help.